wasn't that Junkyard Dog was my least favorite. I made money with Junkyard. Every time I worked with him, I got paid. I mean, I guess if I'd have worked with the dog in Mid-South where he was sold out everywhere he went, I mean, he did very well here in WWE. It was, it was just that his style that he did here in WWE, I was a faster paced Memphis up and down bump taker. You know, when I see Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, who made it Hall of Fame very deservingly, when I'd see them guys work in the ring and the stuff they did, there was never a better tag team than Tully and Arn and Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. To put those two bad guys and those two good guys, and you're going to see some action up and down, bingity boom, 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 and it sounds like a video game, doesn't it? Well, we did it too. We just did it slower and put it together in slower timing. The dog was over so good. I mean, you hit him once, he goes down, he don't get up, so you don't have to do a lot in a match. And it's hard to really do a lot with the guy. And so if you're struggling to make, and at that time, I was just newly coming into WWE. I was wanting to try to make a name for myself. We are self-centered. We are self-employed. I say self. And I'm not being that I'm anything else. It's self-employed. Self means self. I don't know how you cut that. I just say, they ain't put nobody else's name on it but mine. So with that being said, I'm out here to better myself and look good if I can. And sometimes you get talent that, you can't do your best. I think Terry Funk, he's on record saying a lot of things that, I just can't work with this Junkyard Dog anymore. It's killing me. Well, dog's fine. He's laying there going, and I liked him. With Junkyard and I never had a problem with anything. That's why I mean, there's so many guys in this business when I first started that they beat me up. There's guys, Luthez beat me up, and I deserved it because I didn't know damn thing, and I did stupid shit, and he beat me up, and Al Costello beat me up. A lot of guys did. They didn't, they hurt me a little bit, but they didn't run me out of the business. They taught me a lesson. Don't do anything unless we tell you to do it. And don't be out there and be a smart ass. So, but I never took liberties with guys in the ring and kicked them hard or hit them hard. There might be some young guys say, yeah, you hit me hard one night. Well, probably because you pull my hair really fucking hard, and I told you don't do it anymore, and you pull it again, and I had to fucking paste you. But that's no big deal. There was a lot of guys I didn't on the independent scene nowadays that I don't like. I don't like working with these big 300-pound, It's like, okay, what's your regular job? Well, I deliver phone books. What is your regular job? Well, I counsel young children. What? Then please treat me the same way, okay? Counsel me the same way. Don't go out and kick the shit out of me. So, I'm too old to start over.
What are your thoughts of The Undertaker's retirement from WrestleMania this past year?
He held on a long time. Great guy to be around. Never crossword come out of him from anyone about anyone. Just a real sweetheart of a guy. How he stayed there that long, him and Kane, is a mystery to a lot of us. He stayed a long time. Longer than I thought he would. It's obviously didn't need the money.
Did you see the potential early on when he came in?
No, I did not. That's why Vince is Vince and I'm doing interviews with you.
I don't know if that's a knock or... but...
if we can't have fun, we shouldn't be here.
Of course.
But I never thought, like during that period of time, I think we had a little bit of a conflict going on, maybe overseas somewhere, and to put people in a body bag, zip them up. Right. I never thought that was in good taste, and it was just not going to work. It's not going to work. But boy, was I wrong. So don't ask me to pick talent for you because I'm not a very good judge of obviously picking talent because that's one that I really missed. Did I ever think Stone Cold with his beer drinking? Hell yeah, and giving the finger. During my era, it wouldn't have worked. We were a kid show. We were bigger than life, super men that had a cartoon show, sold ice cream bars, say your prayers, take your vitamins. We sold our show to kids who brought mom and dad and drinking beer and saying hell yeah, and telling Elizabeth tonight when I finish with Macho Man, I'm going to take Liz down here in 48th and 8th in New York City, and she's going to suck it. That wouldn't have played during my time. It obviously played well during another
What do you think? What do you think about the current state now? Because they're going back to that. They're trying to go back to that. Where
to the mom and dad pop thing, it'll work. It'll always work. You can only go so far out on the cutting edge because then there's going to be restrictions. Now with them being a corporate company, there's tons of restrictions. Maybe that's why there's not a really good bad guys anymore. I want to say, and I'm not going to toot my own horn, but yes, I will. I thought I was a really good bad guy. I was one of the best bad guys around. I have people that still hate me today because I was such a bad guy. Not a bad wrestler that you think I'm horrible. If you go back and look at some old tapes on me in Stampede Wrestling in Puerto Rico and Memphis, I was not as bad as you internet assholes make me out to be, okay? So they gave me a jumpsuit and a guitar, and I switched personas. What's wrong with that? I'm an entrepreneur. I reinvented myself. And I retired and live on a golf course in Phoenix now. Thank you very much.
And to be fair, you could check out the Tupelo concession match.
I mean, I'm not doing a harp on the internet, guys, because they all hate me anyway. Which is good, because they're going to buy this and they're going to watch it. Because they want to knock me when it's all over. If they go back to doing that and mix it in the same way, because the kids are doing the video game stuff. But see, on a video game, there's not really bad guys and good guys. Everybody just fights each other. And that's the thing. When I say bad guys, with corporate America, they hated Andre the Giant so much that 94,000 people came to see if Andre could beat Hogan or Hogan could beat Andre. They hated Andre that much. I mean, he had went from the person that everyone loved for 20 years to this giant that everyone wanted destroyed now. Andre was a good bad guy too. He drew 94,000 people to see him. They didn't come to see me and Jake, and sure, a lot of people came to see the show, but they came to see that match. Hell, that was a locker room sellout. That's where everybody in the locker room watched. We all watched that. But nowadays with corporate WWE, if you have a guy that everyone hates and there's so much negativity around him, then your shareholders might say, we're not going to buy stock, or we're going to sell our stock in that company because we don't like that character anymore. We don't like how this guy acts on TV. It kind of goes to what Eric Bischoff said about me once. When I introduced myself to him, he said, I've never liked your character. The only reason I'm using you is just to keep Jimmy Hart off. Jimmy Hart will not be quiet, and the only way to shut him up was to bring you in. Well, if you don't like my character, then, and I said, well, I hope I can change your mind. I mean, what else can I say? If you don't like the character, then how am I going to make you like me? It's like trying to make some girl love you and marry you. You can't make it. It's just not going to happen. You have to have the chemistry. But in corporate America, say they don't like the Honky Tonk Man, we're not going to buy ads on the TV show because we don't like him. So they can't have real bad guys anymore. I understand that. They have to walk a very, very thin line. And to get advertisers now and to make the big, big mega bucks that they can make from advertising, if they go and head back toward the family-friendly PG-13 kind of rating or whatever they rate now, I think business will just boom again. I just hope it clears up some of this nonsense that I've heard for years.